Very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss the experimental method of obtaining of BH loop. In the last class we discussed the different types of permanent magnet materials and their operating characteristics and applications also we discussed. So we have four types of permanent magnet materials. One is all nickel magnets with the different grades 5, 7 and 9. 5, 7 and 9. The next one is samarium cobalt, SmCO. Another magnet is called ceramic magnet. The last one is neodymium magnet, NdFeB. These are the four magnetic materials. The last class we studied about these characteristics of these materials, and these magnetic materials are hard magnetic material and they are working in second quadrant of BH loop. This magnetic material, we have four magnetic materials, all nickel 5, 7, 9, SmCO, that is also called a samarium magnet or samarium cobalt magnet, ceramic magnet and NdFe magnet. This is also called as neodymium magnet. The qualities of these magnets are characterized by three parameters. One is BR. BR means retentive flux density. The second one is HC. HC means magnetizing force. And the third one is called BH max. These three parameters decide the quality of magnet. Now we'll go to discuss how to obtain BH loop with help of experimental setup. First, we consider closed ring of magnet. This is a closed ring of magnet. Closed ring or closed ring of specimen. So like this. This is a closed ring specimen. So we have bound uniformly on the specimen and apply current to the specimen through wire. So this is power supply. So positive terminal of the battery This is an negative term of battery. This is a V. V is input voltage. This is I. I is input current applied to the coil. So here V is input voltage. Input voltage. This voltage is a DC voltage. Okay. I input current. Input current. Now we'll see what is the hysteresis loop or BH loop. How will obtain from this setup? See, this is your BH loop. This is XY plane. In that XY plane, x-axis is H, magnetizing force, minus. Y-axis is flux density B. Flux density B. In the flux density, so first what we do here, first we input current, the input supply current is increases gradually. The input current I is increases gradually. At the same time, what happens? See, both H and B increases linearly in the beginning. Then it is saturated some point. Okay? Clear? So, at the initial condition, input supply current increases gradually. Both B and H increases linearly in the beginning and then saturating at particular point. Now, the input current. Suppose you assume that once the input current reaches sufficient high value, we decrease the current back to the zero. So in this instant, this flux density line cannot follow the previous path. It is follow the some other path like this. This follow the some other path like this. Okay, so now this point is called as VR. This point is called as VR. So now this is the direction of the magnetic flux lines. This is the direction starting from like this, and again follow this method. Now see the value of the flux lines. The value of the flux is higher than this line. This means the value of the flux is higher than while decreasing current than while increasing current. So it is ultimate aim is to value of the flux density line is more than previous line. Okay, so this point is called as VR. VR means retentive flux density. Retentive flux density. So this is retentive flux density. Now this flux density to reduce to zero, what will do? Now flux density is reduced to zero to make H in the reverse direction. To make the H in the reverse direction. This means that to make the H in the reverse direction of the current. So now this may be to zero. Let's say make to zero. This is the dotted line indicate the flux. So this point is, in this point the magnetic flux is zero. In this point the magnetic flux is zero. So at this point H equal to minus H. H equal to minus H. Now Further increasing current in the reverse direction. Further increasing current in the reverse direction, what happens? It will increases linearly. At certain point, it is saturated. At a certain point, it is saturated. Again, we need to bring to zero. The reverse current, the bring to zero. What happens? See, this is a current. This is a current. We will get like this. So this process is repeated up to we get proper BH loop. So clear? So this is a complete one cycle of BH loop. Let's say this is O, origin point. This is A, operating A. This is point B. This is point C. It is point D. This is point E, F. So one cycle, this is for one cycle first, starting the origin point, the flux density lines starting from O, then A, then B, then C, then D, then E, the finally reach F and E. So this is one complete cycle of BH loop. So what is the necessity here? How we identify permanent magnet material? So already I told at H equal to 0, the value of the flux density is called as Br. Okay, at H equal to 0, the value of the flux density is equal to Br. So where is H is 0? H is 0 here, the corresponding line. This point to this point is a permanent magnet material. So during this period, the material acting as a permanent. Under such a condition, the value of the H is 0. Value of the H is 0. Clear? So this is a complete BH loop of magnetic materials. So once again, you see, this is a closed ring of specimen. In the specimen, we are going to apply the, or we are going to pass electric current. First, initially, to increase electric current linearly, like this flux density line increases, and then reaching the saturating value, and then decrease to back to 0. The follow this line. This point is called as BR. To make this BR, the H needs to be reverse direction current. So it is like that will come in. Next, again further increasing current in the reverse direction, linearly increasing, then this reaches some saturating point. Again it decreases 0 like this will come. So like this we will complete one cycle. Okay, clear? So this is a complete one cycle of BH loop. Thank you.